When aliens discovered why humans are the only species that gets hot. In the vastness of space, countless civilizations have evolved in unique ways to survive. Some rely on advanced thinking, others on sheer strength, and many on cutting-edge technology. But there's one species that has baffled scientists across the galaxy: humans. They are not the strongest, fastest, or most advanced species, yet they have one ability that sets them apart. Humans are the only known life forms that actively respond to heat in such a strange and effective way. For ages, Earth was just a small, unnoticed planet on the edge of the galaxy. Its people seemed ordinary to anyone who might be watching. But all that changed when alien scientists detected an unusual signal coming from Earth. This signal was tied to the core of human biology, specifically to their ability to survive in extreme conditions. What seemed like a minor observation at first quickly raised a big question: why are humans so uniquely connected to heat, both physically and emotionally? The Vraxians, a species famous for studying life forms across the stars, became very interested in this discovery. To them, humans were not just another species, they were a mystery waiting to be understood. Dr. Raxel Vren, one of the leading Vraxian scientists, started looking deeper into human biology. What he found surprised even the most experienced researchers. Humans could adjust their body temperature in ways that no other intelligent species could. They sweated when they were too hot, cooling their bodies. They shivered when they were cold, creating heat to stay warm. But the most surprising thing was how these abilities were connected to human emotions. The same reactions humans used to control their body temperature also showed up when they were angry, afraid, or excited. This link between physical and emotional responses had never been seen in any other species. These discoveries made the Vraxians both curious and uneasy. For some, it seemed like humans had found a way to turn a basic survival instinct into something much more powerful. If humans could live and thrive in conditions that others could not, what else were they capable of? Could this unique ability make them a danger to other civilizations? Commander Zira Myron, a military leader in the Vraxian fleet, raised an important concern. She argued that humans might use their adaptability as a way to outlast or even overpower other species. This idea caused a wave of debates among alien scientists and leaders. Some believed humans could become a threat, while others thought their abilities might offer valuable lessons for survival. And so, the question remained: what made humans so special? Was their connection to heat a simple quirk of evolution, or did it hint at something far more significant? The Vraxians decided to study humans more closely, determined to find the truth. What they discovered would change how the galaxy saw humanity forever. To uncover the truth about humans, the Vraxians assembled a team of their best minds. Each member brought a unique perspective, driven by their own goals and fears. Dr. Raxel Vren, a brilliant scientist known for his expertise in studying biological adaptations, led the mission. He was deeply curious about the humans' unique connection to heat. For him, this was not just another assignment, it was a chance to solve a puzzle that had baffled the galaxy for centuries. He believed that understanding humans could unlock knowledge that might benefit all species. Commander Shira Myron approached the mission from a different angle. As a high-ranking military leader, her primary concern was security. She saw the humans' ability to thrive in extreme conditions as a potential threat. In her eyes, this adaptability could allow them to dominate other civilizations if left unchecked. She wanted answers, but she also wanted safeguards. On Earth, there was Sophia Lane, a young and determined scientist who had spent years studying human evolution. When the Vraxians brought her aboard their ship, she saw an opportunity to defend humanity. She believed that the very traits others feared were the key to human resilience and survival. Each character's motives would shape the galaxy's view of humanity and its future. The Vraxian flagship orbited Earth in silent observation. From their vantage point in space, the planet appeared calm, a blue and green marble suspended in darkness. But as they began to monitor human activity more closely, the data they gathered painted a very different picture. At first, their sensors picked up unusual thermal patterns in human settlements. These patterns seemed to shift rapidly, even within individual humans. This alone was perplexing. No other intelligent species in the galaxy experienced such constant fluctuations in body temperature. Curious, the Vraxians decided to focus their scanners on specific events. What they found was astonishing. During physical activity, human bodies heated up, but instead of shutting down as many species would, humans released that heat through sweating. The moisture cooled their skin, allowing them to keep going longer than any other species could. The more the Vraxians observed, the more patterns they identified. When humans were frightened, their bodies prepared for action, raising their temperature slightly. When angry, their temperature spiked, and adrenaline coursed through their systems, making them faster and stronger at least for a short time. Even positive emotions like excitement triggered changes, fueling what seemed to be bursts of energy and focus. The Vraxians had never seen anything like it. On their home planet and in every other species they'd studied, body temperature remained constant. It was a fixed system, stable and predictable. Humans, on the other hand, were different. Their ability to regulate and manipulate heat allowed them to adapt to situations that would overwhelm others. It was a system built for survival, one that could push limits far beyond what should have been possible. To test their findings, the Vraxians analyzed human history. They discovered that humans had lived through events that should have wiped them out: ice ages, desert droughts, volcanic eruptions. In each case, they not only survived but adapted. Their bodies, combined with their resourcefulness, made them incredibly resilient. But what puzzled the Vraxians most was how closely heat and emotion were tied together. In their observations, they noticed how human arguments, competitions, and even moments of joy were accompanied by measurable increases in temperature. This connection was unique to humans and suggested a deeper link between their physical and emotional state. Commander Shira Myron viewed this adaptability with suspicion. She believed it wasn't just a survival mechanism, it could also be a dangerous weapon. If humans could channel their emotions to push their bodies beyond normal limits, they could become unstoppable in certain conditions. She argued that this trait made them unpredictable, even dangerous. Dr. Raxel Vren, however, took a different view. To him, this ability represented an extraordinary evolutionary achievement. Humans were not fragile beings, they were adaptable survivors. Their relationship with heat, both physical and emotional, was unlike anything seen in the galaxy. It was a system that allowed them to endure and thrive in ways no other species could. This debate between curiosity and caution set the stage for the next phase of their study. The Vraxians decided to take a more direct approach. They would abduct a few humans for closer examination, hoping to uncover the secrets of their biology. What they found would challenge everything they thought they knew about life in the universe. The Vraxians' initial curiosity about humans was driven by fascination. They viewed humans as a peculiar species with an unusual connection to heat and emotion. But as their observations continued, what began as intrigue slowly shifted into unease. In the Vraxian control room, Dr. Raxel Vren analyzed the data gathered from Earth. The scans revealed how humans' ability to regulate their body heat was not merely a survival mechanism, it was a deeply integrated system that allowed them to push beyond their natural limits. Physical endurance, emotional intensity, and cognitive sharpness all seemed connected to this unique trait. But the more the Vraxians studied, the more questions arose. Dr. Vren noticed patterns that suggested humans could adapt to nearly any environment. Whether exposed to freezing cold or scorching heat, their bodies found ways to survive. But it wasn't just their physical traits that stood out. Humans showed emotional extremes that directly influenced their survival instincts. Anger heightened their strength, fear sharpened their reflexes. Determination seemed to override exhaustion, allowing them to persevere in situations where most species would succumb. This adaptability was impressive, but it also raised alarms. Commander Shira Myron, the Vraxian military leader, began to voice her concerns. She argued that humans' ability to thrive in extreme conditions could make them unpredictable and potentially dangerous. To her, this wasn't just a biological quirk, it was a potential threat. If humans could survive nearly any challenge and harness their emotions as a source of strength, they might one day become a force that the galaxy could not control. Her fears grew when the Vraxians examined human history in more detail. They discovered that humans had endured and even thrived through catastrophic events that would have devastated other species. From massive volcanic eruptions to ice ages and even global pandemics, humans had repeatedly adapted and rebuilt. What struck the Vraxians most was not just humanity's resilience, but their relentless drive to overcome challenges. The unease deepened when Dr. Vren's team began to study human conflict. Wars and disputes, while destructive, often pushed human innovation forward. Each major conflict seemed to trigger leaps in technology, strategy, and cooperation. The Vraxians couldn't ignore the pattern. Humans appeared to thrive under pressure, turning adversity into progress. This trait, while remarkable, also made them unpredictable. Dr. Vren tried to calm Commander Myron's growing fears. He argued that humanity's adaptability was not necessarily a threat, but a reflection of their unique evolution. To him, it was a trait to be understood, not feared. Yet even he couldn't deny the implication. Humans' ability to push past their limits, driven by both their physical traits and emotional intensity, was something no other species had achieved. The tension between curiosity and caution grew. Some Vraxians began to wonder if humanity's evolution was a natural occurrence, or if it had been influenced by something greater. Was this adaptability a random development, or did it hint at a purpose far beyond their understanding? This debate came to a head when the Vraxians captured a few humans for closer study. Their findings only fueled the unease. The humans' bodies responded to stress in ways that were almost too perfect. Their emotional intensity seemed to trigger bursts of energy, focus, and strength that defied logic. Even in captivity, the humans displayed an unshakable determination to resist. Commander Myron saw this as proof of the danger she feared. To her, humans were not just survivors, they were potential challengers to the balance of power in the galaxy. Dr. Vren, however, insisted that their abilities were a product of their environment and history, not a deliberate threat. This growing divide among the Vraxians set the stage for difficult decisions. What was humanity's place in the galaxy? Were they a species to be feared, or a source of knowledge that could benefit others? The answers were unclear, but one thing was certain: humanity's unique traits had shifted the Vraxians' view of them from curious to cautious. The Vraxian study of humanity had gone deeper than anyone expected. What began as curiosity about their unusual connection to heat now led to a startling theory. What if humanity's ability to adapt to temperature extremes wasn't just for survival? What if it could be turned into something far more dangerous? Dr. Raxel Vren, the lead scientist, presented his latest findings to the Vraxian Council aboard the ship. His data showed that humans' thermo-adaptive systems were not only advanced, but also deeply tied to their ability to react under stress. In moments of crisis, their bodies didn't just endure, they transformed. Physical stress triggered a chain reaction, adrenaline surged, muscles tightened, and mental focus sharpened. These responses allowed humans to push past physical and emotional barriers in ways no other species could. Commander Sierra Myron listened closely, her unease growing with each word. To her, this wasn't just an evolutionary advantage, it was a potential weapon. Humans could thrive in conditions where others would falter. In a galactic conflict, this adaptability could make them nearly unstoppable. Their ability to harness physical and emotional energy under pressure gave them an edge no other species possessed. She raised the question that no one else dared to ask. What happens if humans learn to control this fully? Could their adaptability turn them into the most dangerous species in the galaxy? Dr. Vren pushed back, arguing that humans' abilities were rooted in survival, not aggression. He explained how their evolution was shaped by Earth's unpredictable climate and harsh conditions. From freezing winters to blistering summers, humans had learned to endure extremes. Their ability to regulate heat, combined with their emotional resilience, was simply nature's way of helping them survive in a chaotic environment. But Commander Myron wasn't convinced. She pointed to human history as evidence of their potential for conflict. Wars, rebellions, and global crises showed that humans didn't just survive, they adapted and grew stronger through adversity. She argued that if humans could thrive in extreme conditions, they could just as easily dominate worlds that were uninhabitable for others. The debate among the Vraxians grew intense. Some saw humanity's adaptability as a marvel of evolution, a system that turned every challenge into an opportunity. Others, like Commander Myron, viewed it as a ticking time bomb. What if humanity's ability to harness their emotions and physical responses allowed them to outlast and outmaneuver more advanced civilizations? The turning point came when Dr. Vren revealed a groundbreaking observation. Human emotional intensity, anger, determination, even hope was directly tied to their survival mechanisms. When humans faced danger, their emotions acted as fuel, pushing their bodies beyond normal limits. This was not just a biological process, it was a deeply ingrained trait that gave them an advantage no other species had. Commander Myron proposed a chilling scenario. In a conflict, humans might weaponize their adaptability. They could endure environments where other species couldn't survive. They could turn harsh climates into tactical advantages, using their heat regulation and emotional energy as tools for conquest. This idea sent shockwaves through the Vraxian Council. Could humanity's greatest strength also be their greatest threat? And if so, what should be done? Dr. Vren, however, urged caution. He reminded the Council that humans' traits were not inherently aggressive. Their adaptability was a reflection of their environment, not a deliberate attempt to dominate. He argued that humanity's resilience could offer valuable lessons for other species. Instead of fearing them, the galaxy could learn from them. Despite his reassurances, the Council remained divided. Humanity's unique biology had revealed a concept that was both fascinating and unsettling. Thermo-adaptive evolution was not just a survival mechanism, it was a force that could change the balance of power in the galaxy. Whether this force would be used for good or ill was a question that no one could answer. The Vraxians had reached a breaking point. The data collected on humanity's adaptability and emotional intensity had sparked a fierce debate among their leaders. On one side was Commander Myron, who saw humans as a looming threat that needed to be neutralized before it was too late. On the other side was Dr. Raxel Vren, who believed that humanity's unique traits could be a source of understanding and collaboration. The question dividing them was simple yet profound. Should the Vraxians eliminate the potential danger, or should they try to establish communication and learn more? Commander Myron wasted no time in presenting her case. She argued that humans' adaptability, combined with their emotional extremes, made them unpredictable and potentially hostile. The fact that humans thrived under pressure, turning challenges into advantages, was evidence enough of their capability to rise as a dominant force. If they can survive in environments that destroy other species, Myron said, her voice sharp with urgency, what's to stop them from using that ability to expand across the galaxy? What's to stop them from outlasting us in a conflict? She pointed to human history as proof of their nature. Wars, revolutions, and territorial expansions showed a pattern of persistence and aggression. To her, this was not a species that waited for threats to come to them. They acted first, often decisively and with devastating efficiency. Dr. Vren countered her argument with equal conviction. He acknowledged humanity's flaws but emphasized that their traits were not inherently malicious. Humans are not a threat because they want to be, he explained. They are survivors. Every conflict, every struggle they've endured has been shaped by their environment. They didn't choose to adapt this way, it was forced upon them by their world. He urged the Council to consider the potential benefits of understanding humanity's biology and emotional complexity. What if we could learn from them? Their resilience could inspire solutions to challenges faced by other species. Their emotional depth might hold the key to unlocking new ways of thinking about cooperation and progress. The council chamber buzzed with discussion, reflecting the division among its members. Some sided with Myron, agreeing that the risks outweighed the potential rewards. Others leaned toward Vren's perspective, seeing an opportunity to forge a unique alliance. As the debate raged, Sophia Lane, the human scientist who had been taken aboard the Vraxian ship, made her voice heard. She had been listening quietly, trying to understand the concerns of her captors. But now, faced with the possibility of her species being wiped out, she stepped forward. "You're afraid of us because we're different," she began, her voice steady but impassioned. "But our differences don't make us a threat, they make us human. Yes, we adapt. Yes, we push through challenges. But that's not about domination, it's about survival. We've been tested by our world in ways you can't imagine. And every time we've come through stronger, not to conquer, but to live." Her words gave pause to even the most skeptical Vraxians. She described how humans had used their adaptability not just to survive, but to create. Art, music, technology, and even acts of kindness and sacrifice all were born from the same emotional intensity that the Vraxians feared. "What you see as a weapon," Sophia continued, "is what makes us who we are. It's the fire that drives us to build, to grow, to connect. If you wipe us out because of your fear, you'll lose the chance to see what we can offer." Even AI Unit X-17, the ship's artificial intelligence, added its voice to the discussion. It had been silently analyzing the arguments and found Sophia's logic compelling. "Humanity represents a paradox," it said in its calm, calculated tone. "Their emotions create chaos, but also innovation. Their adaptability can lead to destruction, but also resilience. The question is not whether humans will be a threat, it is whether we are wise enough to engage with them constructively." The council was at an impasse. The choice was clear but difficult. Should they take the safe route and eradicate humanity to ensure their own security? Or should they risk communication, with the hope that understanding might lead to something greater? In the end, the council voted to open a line of communication. The decision was not unanimous, and many remained wary of the potential dangers. But the majority agreed that destroying humanity without trying to understand them would go against the very principles of exploration and knowledge that the Vraxians valued. As the decision was made, Dr. Vren and Sophia exchanged a glance, one of hope, tempered by the uncertainty of what lay ahead. Humanity's future was still unclear, but for now, the door to understanding had been left open. The Galactic Council gathered to decide humanity's fate. Delegates from countless species across the galaxy convened in a massive chamber, their holographic forms shimmering with anticipation. The Vraxians presented their findings, laying out the conflicting perspectives. Dr. Raxel Vren spoke first. He detailed humanity's resilience, their ability to adapt, and the emotional depth that fueled their survival. "Humans are not perfect," he admitted, "but their imperfections are what make them remarkable. They can thrive where others fail, not because they seek to dominate, but because they refuse to give up." Commander Jira Myron, however, painted a grimmer picture. She highlighted humanity's history of conflict and their ability to turn adversity into strength. "Their adaptability," she warned, "is a double-edged sword. It allows them to create, but it also enables them to destroy. If left unchecked, they could destabilize the galaxy." The council deliberated, their discussions echoing through the chamber. Some saw humans as a beacon of hope, proof of evolution's power to overcome challenges. Others saw them as a risk too great to ignore. After hours of debate, the council issued its verdict. Humanity would not be eradicated, but they would be closely monitored. The council decided to observe humans, not as a threat, but as a species with the potential to teach others about resilience and growth. Sophia Lane was returned to Earth with a message. "Your survival is your strength, but it is also your responsibility. Use it wisely." As the Vraxian ship departed, the galaxy held its breath. Humanity's future was uncertain, but one thing was clear: their existence had left an indelible mark on the stars. As the Vraxian ship disappeared into the vastness of space, Sophia Lane stood alone in a quiet field, staring at the night sky. The stars above seemed brighter, more alive, as if they were watching. In her hand, she held a small device, a parting gift from the Vraxians, encoded with knowledge they had shared as a token of their decision to spare humanity. Sophia's thoughts raced. She had seen humanity through the eyes of an advanced alien species. Their fears, their doubts, and their fascination had painted a picture of Earth and its people that even she hadn't fully understood before. Humans were flawed, yes, but their flaws were inseparable from their strength. A soft breeze rustled the grass around her as her mind lingered on the message the Vraxians had sent. Your survival is your strength, but it is also your responsibility. Those words carried a heavy weight. The choice to live up to them was now humanity's to make. The scene shifts, showing humanity going about their daily lives unaware of how close they had come to annihilation. A child runs through a park, laughing. A firefighter rescues someone from a burning building. Scientists gather around a laboratory table, working together to solve a challenge. Each moment is a testament to the same resilience and adaptability that had captivated the Vraxians. Narration begins. In the eyes of the galaxy, humans are a paradoxa species defined by both chaos and creativity, destruction and perseverance. Their ability to adapt, to endure, and to find strength in their imperfections is what sets them apart. As the narration continues, the visuals shift to humanity's achievements: the Great Wall of China, a rocket launching into space, the interconnected web of communication that spans the globe. Each scene highlights human ingenuity and determination, contrasting with moments of conflict and struggle. The galaxy has seen their potential, both the brilliance they are capable of and the destruction they can cause. But their story is far from over. Humanity has been given a chance, not by force or by conquest, but by the hope that they can rise beyond their flaws and build something greater. The camera zooms back to Sophia, still looking at the stars. She smiles faintly, her expression a mix of hope and determination. The narration concludes. For now, the universe watches, waiting to see if the fire within humanity will burn as a beacon of progress, or consume itself in the chaos of its own making. The choice is theirs. The future is unwritten. Humanity's story has always been one of resilience, creativity, and the will to survive against impossible odds. But what do you think about the Vraxians' verdict? Are humans a species to be celebrated for their adaptability, or should the galaxy remain cautious of their potential? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Let's dive into the discussion. And if this story has sparked your imagination, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell to stay updated on more thought-provoking sci-fi stories like this one. The universe is vast, and the questions it raises are endless. Together, we'll keep exploring what makes use and the cosmos around us so endlessly fascinating.